Hey everyone, welcome to my channel if you're new and welcome back if you're not. So today I'm going to talk about my stressful experience going back from Turkey to Lebanon. So first, as I mentioned in my previous video, when we were packing to go to the airport, we realized that our luggage was overweight. So we didn't know what to do about that since our backpacks were filled to the brim and our carry-on and suitcase were also filled as well. So we ordered a car to take us to the airport and they sent us a woman. So this is the first time that we order a car to the airport and don't actually like the service, but we actually talked to the person who we ordered the car from and we complained, and she said that she'll take that into consideration, and she was very understanding and she said that we were right. So basically, first they sent us a woman, and of course, like, I'm not sexist. I don't care if it's a woman or a guy, as long as the person's gonna do their job right and they're gonna help us out. So basically, she came wearing flip-flops and she came with an attitude like she's not gonna help with anything. We had to lift our really heavy overweight bags and put them into the car. So she didn't park right in front of our building. We had to walk, like, it's just like 2 minutes, but the suitcases were really heavy, and then we had to lift them up and put them into the trunk. And after that, we had to put our carry-ons and our bags, other than our suitcases. So we just had to do everything on our own, and they didn't all fit in the trunk, so we had to put some with us in like the seating area. And she wasn't really friendly, and like I said, she didn't really help at all. So we were late and she did wait for us, but then when we arrived to the airport, she asked for more money because she waited, and we said, but they always wait and they don't ask for more money. We gave her what we could because we had to keep some Turkish money with us for the airport. So there's this thing that you can roll that you can put your suitcases on. It's a service that they have in the Istanbul airport, but you can't take it and push your own suitcases. There's always a guy that you need to pay, and you pay a certain amount for each suitcase depending on the size. So for example, you pay 40 Turkish lira for each suitcase, 20 for each carry-on, and 10 for each backpack. I think that's how it goes. So a guy came and asked us if we want to use the service, and since we had a lot of suitcases, carry-ons, and backpacks, we decided to use it. We felt that it was worth it, so we paid him and he took our suitcases to the section where they weigh the suitcases. So as soon as she put the suitcase on the scale, he was like, hey, look, they're overweight. And we were just really shocked, like, we just paid you to help us bring the suitcase. Why are you telling on us like that we're overweight, like in case she didn't pay attention, or in case like it was acceptable since it was just 1 or 2, I think some of them were 1 or 2 kilos overweight and some were like 3 to 4 kilos overweight. So they kept asking us to remove things from our suitcase and put them in our carry-on or in our backpack. So we kept removing and weighing and removing and weighing, and it was taking forever and we didn't want to miss our flight. So it was a really stressful time. And then the guy that was actually weighing the suitcases for us had an attitude and decided to leave his position and just walk away. And he said something to us in Turkish that we didn't understand, and he just like ditched us, and we were like so stressed, so shocked, we did not know what to do, and we just started looking for like someone else to weigh our suitcases. We saw other people weighing their suitcases a few meters away, so we went to ask them, like, can we weigh our suitcases here? Luckily, we met 2 guys that are Lebanese, and they just happened to be from the same city as us. They're from Tripoli as well. We both were able to help each other so much. It was so useful that we met them. They helped us go to another person who weighed our suitcases and let us go even with the suitcases overweight, and we didn't have to pay anything, luckily. So that was over and we headed to the next section where they scan your backpacks and carry-ons. And my power bank just happened to be in my mom's carry-on since we were moving things around from one suitcase to another to decrease the weight in our suitcases. So she said, is that a power bank? And I said, yeah. She said, show it to me. So I had to open the carry-on, look for it because I didn't remember exactly where I put the power bank since we were in such a hurry. And I showed her the power bank and she said, okay, fine, put it back, and we closed the suitcase. And then it comes the 2 guys' turn. So one of them had a carry-on filled with medicine, and in case you didn't know the situation in Lebanon, there are so many types of medicine that are not available in Lebanon, and every time someone travels to anywhere in the world, the first thing they think about is getting medicine for their family and relatives, since it's so hard to find medicine in Lebanon. So one of these 2 guys actually had a carry-on filled with medicine, and Like, he literally had nothing else in there. He had no other type of medicine. It was just like, I don't know, up to 50 boxes of the same medicine. So when the employee opened it, she was so shocked and she was like, "What are you doing?" So they immediately start thinking like, maybe you're selling it to people for profit. She said, "I can't let this go." And he told her that this is for a relative who's really sick and who needs this medicine. So she said she needs a prescription, called the person who was sick. They sent him a prescription and he showed it to the employee and everything was fine. So that went well. So luckily we were able to translate for the employee, since she was not understanding what the two guys were trying to say, and they were not understanding her as well because they are not good at English and they don't know any Turkish. So my sister talked to her in Turkish and just explained the situation, and that's how it was solved. So they helped us with our overweight luggage and we helped them with their medicine situation. So it was a win-win for everyone. And after that, we went to pray, like we always do whenever we go to an airport, and then we wanted to head towards the plane. So while we were heading towards the plane, we saw this machine where we can get the Wi-Fi, and we were reading like what we need to do to get Wi-Fi at the airport. And one of the things that it said to do was to scan your ticket. So my sister came to scan her ticket and she realized that her ticket isn't her passport. She came to look for her passport and she didn't find it, and she started freaking out. So she couldn't find her passport anywhere, and we were all freaking out. We're gonna be late for the plane and we didn't know what to do. So she said, "Okay, I probably forgot it where I was translating for the two guys. I probably put it down while I was explaining to the lady." So my mom and sister went to look for her passport. So I had to stay with the luggage, like 3 carry-ons and 3 backpacks. So I couldn't move anywhere since I couldn't take the luggage with me. And I just stood there patiently waiting, hoping that they don't forget how to get back to where I was standing, since it's a really, really big airport. Luckily, she found her passport. Not right away. She did tell the woman what happened, and each person kept telling her to go to a different person until they finally gave her her passport. It's a good thing that she remembered exactly where she left it. She was like, "There's no other place I could have left it at," so that's where she went. And luckily she remembered how to get there and how to come back, because I would have gotten lost. It is such a big airport. So first our luggage was overweight, then they were going to confiscate a whole carry-on for the guys that were with us, and then my sister lost her passport. So it was a really eventful and stressful time. That's why we weren't really able to film anything while we were there. We only filmed in the plane once we were settled and everything. So that's why I decided to make this video a story time, since we weren't able to film because we were so stressed out.
والحفاظ على ربط حزام الأمان الخاص بكم حتى يتم إيقاف تشغيل علامة ربط حزام الأمان. شكرا لكم.
So this is the breakfast that they gave us on the way back from Turkey to Lebanon. I usually take a picture before starting, but I was super thirsty, so as you can see I opened the water. So let me know in the comments below if anything similar happened to you at an airport. Were your luggage ever overweight? Did you ever lose your passport? What did you do? And have you ever been to the Istanbul airport? That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you in my next one.